Please bow your heads and let us pray. Dear Jesus, please show me how to spend this day sharing your love in every way. Help me to be kind to everyone, to play and laugh and have lots of fun, shining your light and giving your grace, sharing your joy with a smile on my face. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here. Ever this day be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. This time, I will know if you are with me right now. Class?
Yes.
Class?
Yes, yes.
Class?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good job, class. Thanks for being with me right now. Now, I would like to introduce myself and my group mates. My name is Teacher Rochelle, and you can call me Teacher Shell as pre-service teacher. To be followed by Teacher Syra Suroy-Suroy, Teacher Dexter Tobio, Teacher Sheila Ann Elizar, Teacher Hyacinth Augusto. The last one is Teacher Risa Baniados. Now, I have 6 pictures on the screen. Class, what have you observed in the picture? Anybody?
Ma'am,
Okay, Kator?
PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, PowerPoint presentation. What about you, Pamela? You raising your hand.
Ma'am,
Okay.
Microsoft Word.
Very good. A Microsoft Word.
Word.
What about you, Emery?
Ma'am, Google.
Google. What about you, Carmela?
YouTube.
You stand, Carmela?
YouTube.
Very good. YouTube. What about you, Angelica Talido?
Ma'am, Facebook.
Facebook. What about you, Gretel? Stand, Gretel.
Skype.
Skype. Not Skype. Skype. What about you, Juan Arnejo?
Ma'am, Microsoft Teams.
Microsoft
Teams.
Teams. Now, let's give ourselves a random clap. And to 3 times. There. Again, very good. Now, class, I hear from you, YouTube, Google, Facebook, PowerPoint presentation, the Skype, and other Microsoft Teams. Now, class, what bears in your mind our topic for today? Anybody?
Ma'am,
Okay, Kator?
software application.
Very good. Software application. Our topic is productivity software application tools for teaching and learning. Okay. Now, get 1/2 sheet of paper. Again, get 1/2 sheet of paper. Answer only. Take a picture and send it to our channel within 10 minutes. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
So, lesson 1, productivity software applications for language teaching and learning. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to identify uses of productivity software applications in teaching learning of language. Next would share experiences in using productivity software applications as a language learner. Next, explore samples of documents, presentations, and spreadsheets that were used in delivering learning plans for language. Last is report new open-ended tools or productivity software applications that are beneficial for language learning. Now, our open-ended tools and their uses in teaching and learning language skills, which are the following. Number one, create a learner-centered classroom and make instruction personalized because learners have different personalities, goals, and needs. Just like the theory of Howard Gardner's of multiple intelligence of diversity of learners. Second, facilitate the student productivity skills so they can produce when assisted and given the chance movies that are helpful to enhance their language proficiency. So according to Lev Vygotsky, scaffolding can help a student learn content they won't have been able to process on their own. Third, learn new technologies since technology keeps on developing and learning a tool once is not an option for teachers. A teacher should be enough knowledgeable. Fourth, go global to allow students to learn language culture and acquire communication skills virtually. So as teachers, we have to teach our learners to embrace the other culture, to embrace the other language, especially their new classmates. Fifth, be smart and allow to the use of devices as aids to language acquisition. So, as teachers, we have to facilitate our learners to be smart in handling technology. Number six, do blogging. So this will be give teachers real experience to see the value of writing for real audience and establishing their digital presence. So we as teachers know we have to real experience in writing for real audience for their digital presence. 7. Go digital to help promote the Go Paperless advocacy and to help level up the language learning experience of the students through digital discussions and alike. Yes, of course, so through technology, go paperless. Number 8, collaborate with other educators and students to give opportunity for the sharing of great ideas beyond conversations and paper copy. So, the theory of Albert Dondora, collaborate with other educations and students. They have the social interactions with their classmates. Number 9, use web chats to share research and ideas and stay updated in the field. Just like the software applications, what I have shared with you, the Google, the YouTube, the Skype, and others. Number 10, connect with like-minded individuals through using media tools like the social media. 11, introduce project-based learning to allow students to develop their driving questions, conduct research, contact experts, and create their project for sharing with the use of existing devices present. So, the theory of Jerome Bronner, constructivism, learning experience, and the con of experience. Build positive digital footprint and that aims to model appropriate use of social media produce and publish valuable content, and create shareable resources. So we have many shareable resources in digital technology. 13. Code as if today's literacy, which help boost student writing skills, as the feeling of writing a page with HTML is amazing, using new format like TAD, talk, and presenting their lessons. And the last is keep learning, to be able to demonstrate the characteristic of an ICT engaged classroom and teachers cited above. It is appropriate to discuss how the various productivity software application can be used in the language classroom. So, as teachers and the classroom settings, nowadays, we have the gadgets inside the classroom provided by the Department of Education to make ICT integrations to our learners because nowadays we are competitive and the United Nations. Now, I will give the floor to Teacher Shaira.
To be able to demonstrate the characteristics of an ICT engaged classroom and teacher cited above, so it is appropriate to discuss how the various productivity software applications can be used in a language classroom. So we have here the using Word in scaffolding student learning in a language classroom. So to appreciate the value of word applications in scaffolding, student learning, we have to explore how these are mixed by teachers. In education, scaffolding is used to refer to various forms of support given to assist, guide, or facilitate the learning process. So, examples of scaffolding is learning that are usually prepared using word applications are learning plans, assessment tools, templates, and forms, graphic organizers, and others. So we have here the creating learning plans using word applications. Step 1 is the testing your knowledge of word processing software application. Step 2, viewing the essential parts of learning plans. And step 3 is the sharing the features of word applications for scaffolding student learning. So, as you can see, we have the to better appreciate the way word processing software features are used to prepare learning plans. It will help if some examples, if these will be viewed, explored, and analyzed. Okay, so we have the preparing process guides and graphic organizers using word processing software applications. So when we say process guides, we have the step 1, step 2, and step 4. So for the step 1, the relevance of providing process guides and graphic organizers using the processing software application. Okay, so for the step 2, we have the examples of process guides as scaffold in language teaching and learning. So this is a brainstorm and analyze some examples of process guides in language teaching and learning. So we have the procedures to follow and the purpose. First is, as you can see, we have here diagram. Diagram is to compare and contrast two or more concepts. And next is prayer model, bubble diagram, and concept map is to describe a concept. Next is T chart to make decision. Fishbone and inductive tower to show causes and effects. Flow chart to show sequence as in process. And story map and the 5 W's chart, which means the what, who, why, when, and where, is to identify basic components. So next we have the step 4, which is the presentation of the process guides or graphic organizer. So after developing your process guides and or graphic organizers package in a brochure, present the present the activity, or your brochure will be evaluated using the brochure rubrics. So as you can see, we have here the rubrics below. For the category graphics, which is 4 graphics go well with the text and there is a good mix of text and graphics. 3 is the graphic go well with the text but there are so many that distract the text. 2 is the graphics go well with the text but there are too few and the brochure seems text heavy. And for the 1 is graphics do not go with the accompanying text or appear to be randomly chosen. So, writing. Writing, when composing slides, students have to condense the information they have gathered to present only the main points. In this type of minimalistic writing, key concepts and words have to be retained while the graph is discarded. So this information reduction process is in itself a difficult but very profitable language task. While writing a minimalist of points on the screen, students can organize a suitable sequence for the points and divide into 2 slides. At the same time, students need to take into consideration slide layout. So a slide cannot be cluttered. The size of the font has to be large enough and the location of elements on the screen has to be balanced. All these force students to reread, evaluate, and rewrite what they have written and again. Second is the speaking. Speaking is the material that students have read, organized, and summarized has to be presented orally to convey a clear message to an audience of peers. Just as they would in a purely oral presentation, students have to rehearse the pronunciation of difficult words, time themselves, and make sure that they have all the English lexicon needed for their speech. Last is listening. So the class listened to the oral presentation. Listening to a non-native speaker is not easy and visual elements facilitate comprehension. We give the listeners a task requiring them to write down 3 new facts that they learned about the subject and 1 question to ask the speaker at the end of the presentation. So when listening for a purpose, the listening is focused and thus perhaps made easy.
So hello everyone, I am your next presenter, Dexter James G. Tubio. So step 4, the presentation of the process guides or graphic organizer. After developing your process guides and or graphic organizer package in a brochure, present these to your classmates. Your brochure will be evaluated using the brochure rubric below according to Rubistar 2007. So the category is the graphics only, and here are the following points that you can get if your rubric is or if your graphic organizer or brochure is good. So 4 graphics will go well with the text and there is a good mix of text and graphics. So 3 points. Graphics go well with the text but there are so many that distract the text. So 2 points. Graphics go well with the text but there are too few and the brochure seems text heavy. So for 1 point, graphics do not go with the accompanying text or appear to be randomly chosen. So this has a multiplier of 2. So if you get 4, you'll get 8. If you get 3 points, you'll get 6. If you get 2 points, you'll get 4. And if you get 1 point, you'll get 2 points. So in writing, when composing slides, students have to condense the information they have gathered to present only the main points, or this can be called as minimalistic writing. Just only the key concepts and words have to be retained. You can also write this just in a bullet form so that it is very simplified and very understandable. So this information reduction process is in itself a difficult and very profitable language task. While writing a minimal list of points on the screen or in the presentation, Students can organize a suitable sequence for the points and divide points into slides. At the same time, students need to take into consideration slide layout. So here are the following that must be avoided in presenting or writing slides. So a slide cannot be too cluttered. The size font has to be large enough or not too small. And the location of the elements on the screen has to be balanced, not not randomly not randomly put together. And all these for students to reread, reevaluate, and rewrite what they have written and again and again. So in speaking, the material that students have read, organized, and summarized has to be presented orally to convey a clear message to an audience or audience of peers. So the value of this oral speaking communication is to improve their self-confidence. Of course, students are given right time to rehearse and practice what they will say in front of a class or in front of an audience. So number 4, listening. The class listens to the oral presentation, and listening to a non-native speaker is not easy, as you can hear many unnecessary words and unnecessary pronunciations, and visual elements facilitate comprehension. We give the listeners a task requiring them to write down 3 new facts that they learned about the subject and 1 questions to ask for the speaker at the end of the presentation, so that if they have any questions, they will just have to ask the speaker, so that their questions will be enlightened and the give and take on information will be balanced. So when listening for a purpose, the listening is focused and thus perhaps made easier. So other studies confirm that the use of presentation software facilitates the acquisition of the 4 macro skills, and this is according to Brooks and Gavin. And so in preparing language presentations, there are values that must be considered to ensure that the language competencies are also developed and demonstrated. The following are some guidelines that Brooks and Gavin 2015 shared in designing presentation. So the basic instructional designs in preparing presentation is first to set up the presentation class. Of course, as a teacher, you will not just give and let your students do any presentation without any advices. So students have to be taught the skills involved in making a presentation or giving a presentation to the class or to their audience. This includes such things as when you use eye-to-eye contact, or how will you use your body language and manage time, and how to construct an effective PowerPoint presentation, since our presentations involve multiple communication skills that are needed to present in front of others. These include things like voice projection, word pronunciation, eye contact, and the use of gestures. Number 2, organization of the presentation. Proper organization of information is one of the most important competencies that must be developed among students. So, hence, before beginning to work on developing presentation, it is important to understand the genre of oral presentation. There is a need to learn how to separate the presentation into meaningful sections and present each section separately to reduce the cognitive work that is required in the presentation. So number 3, presentation skills. It's developing oral presentation is very important to consider. In developing oral presentations, to spend time to consider the macro and micro skills that are needed by the students. So these micro level skills include the genre specific language items such as vocabulary and grammar that students need to be successful in oral presentations, because these are very critical during presentation skills, because pronunciations and grammars will be deeply observed by the audience. So next is the use of visual aids. Visual aids are an important part of oral presentation because they provide support for both the speakers and the listeners during the presentations. Visual aids do not just include word presentations, PowerPoint presentations, but it also includes the right written visual aids like Manila paper and or in Cartolina. So it is to help the audience members to understand what is being said and act as a concrete reminder for the message for both this the audience and the presenter. The type of visual aid used can vary depending on the topic presentation. So visual aids cater paper written presentation are motivated using software applications like what I have mentioned earlier, the Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Excel. Number 5, performing self-reflections. The final stage of each oral presentation involves students writing a self-reflection of their presentations so that they will know what are their presentations is lacking of information and organization, if on what area they need to improve. So next one is using spreadsheets in language learning. Spreadsheets are very helpful in introducing some lessons in language courses. Through spreadsheets, one can teach with tables and charts, make a table and a graph, compute students' grades. So spreadsheets programs are not only beneficial to the business and mathematics courses but are also beneficial to language courses. Apart from being built around a grid of cells that hold numerical data, it also contains text, dates, and other content that can be presented in language courses for discussions. So the following are the essential ideas that teacher may consider when employing spreadsheets in the language classroom. So first, reinforce learning scientific and mathematical languages that are also relevant in language learning. Number 2, add well-designed charts and tables to reports to enhance students' nonverbal reading skills, because we have students that are only strong in visual skills and they understand more on what they see. Number 3, allow students to create their own charts, graphs, tables, and to develop and enhance their language and spatial skills. Of course, a hands-on training or a hands-on demonstration is very important so that the students will know on how to make charts, graphs, or tables by themselves. Number 4 is to give students completed chart and see if they can reconstruct underlying worksheet, and this goes a long way toward helping them to understand the relationship between the data and the chart. So you as a teacher, you must let your students understand that data and the chart has a very significant relationship, because if you don't teach them, the students may think that charts or graphs are just designed to make the textbooks or any books presentable. So number 5, require that language reports and research papers contain some type of charts to help support their findings, and it is encouraged for them to look for samples from the World Wide Web. So as a 21st century teacher, you must let your students search online to support their findings. For example, on some articles, or you can find them on Google or some sites that are providing charts and any graphs that can help support their findings. Number 6, let students explore websites that have table presentation for language teaching and let them discuss how these were used to facilitate the acquisition of language competencies. So for the students to understand more about charts and tables, you must let them visit websites like Google or Google Forms. Yeah, they have table there, and let them explain or critique what is the use of the graph that was presented on that particular website. Number 7, let the students look for charts in language learning materials like textbook, workbooks, and others, and discuss why these were used. So the difference between number 6 and number 7 is that number 6 is online, or you can find them online, and number 7 is an offline, like textbooks or workbooks. Number 8, teach the language and principles of financial literacy and management, as it is also important to learn these concepts in the context of purposive and life skills. Number 9, explain numerical concepts by showing the relationship between numbers and their concrete presentation in the charts and graphs. As language teachers, this is needed to understand language researches with quantitative designs. So speaking of quantitative designs, numbers are included. There are only minimal words. So number 10, demonstrate how spreadsheets are useful in preparing assessment and evaluation tools for students' performance. So here are the applications that like provide storage or that can help students in exploring new innovative media tools. Explore the following online Microsoft Word alternatives, and this is according to Invest in Tech 2020. So the first is Dropbox Paper. Dropbox Paper is a free online word processor offered by the online cloud storage provider. To start using it, you will need a Dropbox account. Once logged in, you should get the full access to the online suite. The minimal interface is very intuitive, and its simplicity allows you to focus on your content. You can also do many things that go beyond creating textual document, or you can add rich media such as audio, video, and images. Dropbox Paper also allows you to access apps that let you embed Trello cards, YouTube videos, or SlideShare decks. So next is the Office Online. For Microsoft Word and Office aficionados, the best possible free online alternative for document editing needs is Word Online, which comes up as a part of Office Online Suite. Although free, MS Word web app is not full-fledged version of its counterpart. It allows you to open, create, and edit Word documents online. Also, it offers some additional benefits of online software tools, for example, support for touch screens and quick loading time. It has a built-in spell checking and can export to HTML and PDF files. The next one is the WPS Office 2016 free. WPS Office 2016 free is a free document processing suite whose WPS Writer app will serve you well as a Microsoft Word alternative. So WPS Office 2016 is a very similar app to the Word document online. So the last one is the SoftMaker Free Online. SoftMaker Free Online is another great free suite that offers a full-featured Microsoft Word alternative. This suite's TextMaker's application allows you to focus on creating documents just as you would in MS Words. This suite offers essential editing features and even a handful of basic templates for creating and editing documents. Tables, charts, shapes, and graphics are available with standard text formatting options. So this application provides you with everything you need. The entire suite is available for Windows, Linux, and Android, so you can keep your document processing tasks going even while away from your desktop. So that would be all. Thank you.
A few moments later.
So, and for the lesson 2, student sample projects using open-ended tools. So, at the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to explore existing web-based publishing tools, create student sample projects as digital authors, analyze some articles on the use of digital storytelling, create a digital storytelling output using storytelling software, and publish digital stories using some storytelling apps explored in class, guided by publication requirements or laws. So these are the objectives or the learning intended outcomes in the lesson 2 student sample projects using open-ended tools. So students as a digital author. So as the quality of authoring software increases and as you are exposed to online learning, it is but proper for you as will be facilitators of learning to explore and understand some principles and guidelines to help your future students or write digitally. So moreover, you may also facilitate some online language courses for any distance learning or blended learning that require digital authoring. So you as a teacher should be the one to facilitate the learning and help your students to explore and ipasabot ipasabot sa students ang other principles and guidance, and it might be helpful to students who are interested in publishing their learning through digital. So language learning via web publishing. So language skills can be fully developed by allowing students to communicate through internet. So this may take place when students or the class will be required to post a story or other products on a bulletin board or web page. So by allowing students to communicate through internet, masayhon o dali ang pamaagi, especially if naay mga programs unya naay mga announcement galing sa school. So by the help of the internet is dali ra mas spread ang announcement by sending it to GC o group chats or posting it on Facebook page sa inyong school. So there are two ways to contribute any author documents to the World Wide Web. So first, with the advent of ready-made websites that are meant to invite and encourage contributors to share their authored stories, research, commentaries, and the like, students may publish their work by submitting their products to this website. So, like for example, like the Wikipedia, Corsa, Code Academy, Academia, and etc. These are some examples ng websites nga pwede makita sa students ang mga authored stories, research, and students can also be public their works here in the sample websites. Then second, the students may create their own web pages because there are a lot of free apps for web page development, or they may place them on their institution's official website like the Odoo, the Boomi, Wix, Weebly. These are free web pages that can help students create or post their own works. To help you submit your author products in an existing website, you may search for the sites that are designed to highlight students' researchers, narratives, stories, literary works, and other academic writings. So the following are examples of existing websites that inspire students to submit their authored products. To be able to submit these websites, it pays to explore their websites and pay attention to their submission guidelines. So, the Diary Project. This digital authoring website encourages students to contribute their narrations or daily diaries with different themes required by the website. Some of the themes or topics can be on school activities, relationship, family, managing stress, and others. So we all know that diary, from the word diary, is kani atong mga experience or maganda or mga bati na pangyayari na gusto na nimo isuwat karon adlaw or next day. So diary can help you express or ease your mga na-feel nimo about sa imo self or other people or sa imo baron na environment. So the diary project is monitored by a team of adults and teens who read all the material that is sent to the diary project website. As you can see, sa link above is this is where you can find the other entries sa mga students or people nga ning or sa mga people nga ning joined aning diary project. And for the students, you are encouraged to read diary entries from youth around the world to author a diary project. And we have the Cyber Kids. So, the mission of Cyber Kids is to provide a voice for young people on the internet. It accomplishes this by publishing original creative work by kids ages 7 to 12. So the Cyber Kids is a great site to point kids to in order to explore and virtually interact with other children around the world. So this is where as well kids submit articles, fiction, music for inclusion in Cyber Kids magazine. This is the Cyber Kids magazine, and this is a fun site to introduce kids to for time they have on their own to explore.
Okay, so here are some points the Cyber Kids editors consider to decide what to publish. A. We especially like stories, articles, and poems that are funny. B. Art and written submissions can be on any topic that is appropriate for our audience. C. Stories which include an original illustration or photo are more likely to be published than stories without pictures. D. Originality is very important. Make sure the work you submit is your own and not copied from someone else. E. In addition to art and writing, we also like to publish games, puzzle, brain teasers, jokes, and multimedia creations by kids. Okay, let's proceed to Global Show and Tell. Wabi Sabi Learning was able to present some list of online publishing tools for avid writer students who are looking for an online publishing tool to publish their work. In Wabi Sabi Learning, students are encouraged to accept their mistakes and learn from them rather than striving for perfection or the highest grades. This approach can help students develop resilience, self-awareness, and growth mindset as they learn to appreciate the learning journey and find the value to their mistake and failures. Okay, next is the Atavist. Atavist is a beautiful tool. It was founded in 2011 on the heels of what we once called the death of long form. As you can imagine, it's a highly visual. It's a drag and drop editor for creating beautiful online publications. Atavist is a digital storytelling platform that allows users to create and publish multimedia-rich long-form content such as articles, books, and magazines. It provides a user-friendly interface with features for designing, editing, and publishing immersive stories that incorporate text, images, audio, and video. With Atavist, users can create and customize their own publication style, add interactive elements such as quizzes, maps, and timeline, and incorporate multimedia assets to enhance the storytelling experience. So for students have total creative design power here. They can submit assignments with visual flair. Next is the Calameo. If the students are looking to do magazines, Calameo is the tool to use. It's an online e-magazine publishing tool that lets you add multimedia and personal branding to anything you create. With one-click publishing, you can share it instantly. Websites, social media, and more all integrate with Calameo. Calameo also provides a range of benefits for students such as 1. Interactive learning experience. It allows students to access their study materials in an interactive way, which enhances their learning experience. 2. Availability. Calameo is a cloud-based platform, which means that students can access their study materials anytime, anywhere, as long as they have an internet connection. 3. Cost-effective. Rather than purchasing expensive textbooks, Students can access their study materials on Calameo for free or at a much lower cost. Fifth or fourth, eco-friendly. Rather than printing out large volumes of paper, students can access their materials in Calameo, which reduces paper waste and helps to preserve the environment. So for students, this is a good tools for learning about design and layout for magazines. Next is the TikTok. TikTok is a creative publishing studio for young children. Kinder to grade 6 kids will love TikTok. They can use to publish digital and printed books of all kinds. TikTok was specifically designed for the kinder to grade 6 classroom. It's media literacy oriented and aligned with common. TikTok Publishing Studio is an online publishing studio that allows users to create, publish, and share their own children's books. The platform is designed to encourage creativity and help children develop their writing skills, storytelling abilities, and visual communication skills. Next is Storybird. This online publishing tool brings your words and global artist work together in amazing storybooks. Be sure to check out the section for educators. Storybird is at work in hundreds of thousands of classrooms all over the world. It's free for educators now and forever. This online platform offers a publishing tool designed to help individuals and educators create and publish their own digital books, poems, and short stories. The platform offers a range of creative tools, including a library of illustrations, backgrounds, and other graphics that users can incorporate into their story. So for students, students can create storybooks, long chapter books, and poetry books with Storybird. Next is Lulu. Lulu was one of the first players that offered serious online publishing features. They established themselves in 2002 and they're still going strong. They've greatly expanded their interface over the last few years. Everything you need to know about doing online publishing is right here. They offer tutorials, resources, guides, and more to learn with. This platform allows individuals and businesses to create, publish, and distribute their own books, ebooks, and other digital contents. Users can upload their content and customize their book's design, including cover, design, formatting, and distribution options. So for students, it is a great information database for self-publishing. They can create all sorts of projects. Next is FlipSnack. FlipSnack is a book flip creator. It is as simple as uploading a PDF file. It also supports PNG and GPG files. It renders shareable interactive creations that can also include multimedia. So these tools allows user to create digital flip books that simulate the experience of flipping through a physical book. Users can add text, images, videos, audio, and other interactive elements to their flipbook to make it more engaging and interactive. So for students, this is a simple way to create and share publication that has a unique look and feel. Next is Penzo. One of the unique features of Penzo is its security and privacy settings. User can password protect their journals to ensure that their entries remain private and secure. Additionally, Penzo uses encryption and SSL security protocols to protect users' data. So for students, with Penzo Classroom, you can create class journals that can be graded.
Hi everyone, I am Riza Banyados. So I am very sorry about the background noise because we have some mga bisita and I don't have any room nga pili kayong ingong saba. So please bear with me. So let's proceed. We all know how storytelling is very important, especially in elementary grades because it is for them to be able to understand the lesson easily. So here are the following existing storytelling tools listed and described by Knapen 2018. So we have here the first one, Stellar. So this is a free storytelling application developed by Mombo Labs, which lets you create a photo and video stories with an emphasis on design. So basically, this website is all about creating a story. So uh, we as a future teacher, this will be a great tool for us to create a creative story for our elementary students. The next one, we have Adobe Spark Page. Adobe Spark Page is a free online web builder. No encoding or design skills needed. Create your own beautiful web story using videos, pictures, and text. So, this is also a great way for us teachers to create another platform to create a story that we want to show to our students. So this is free, guys, and if you want to, you can visit the link provided, as you can see in the screen. So next, we have the We Video. This has the goal of bringing its educational creative toolbox to a broader global audience of students and educators. So I tried to search this to the Play Store and naa siya. So makita ra na to ang We Video sa Play Store. So pwede ra nato siya ma-download if ganahan ta, and maka-help siya sa ato ang demo presentation pohon-pohon and sa ato ang teaching journey. So We Video wants to make video editing available for everyone. So, free jud siya, guys. Pwede ra jud nato siya ma-click sa Play Store. So, next, we have Puplet. Puplet, an iPad and web app, is a tool to capture and organize your ideas. Students can, for example, use Puplet for learning. We can use it. They can use it for mind map. It helps students think and learn visually. So, ah, dili siya kayo ingon nga storytelling nga nag-focus siya sa storytelling, but about siya sa kanang bisag asa nga learning sa students, no. So pwede sa siya storytelling, then pwede sa nato siya ma-apply sa another tool sad, no, ang kaning Padlet. But an iPad, so basin dili kay ni siya ingong friendly user kay iPad and web app man. So let's just try to open that link provided para makita dyan nato kung okay ba siya. Ano. Next, we have Storybird, which is the number 5, is available sad siya sa ato ang Play Store. So we can visit that and download that app for us to create a story that we want to know. So Storybird not only gives you a simple tool to create books in minutes, the application lets you discover an endless library of free books, pictures, books, and poetry as well. So, dito pwede ta maka-create og ato ang own nga story, and pwede sa na siya makita sa lain nga so kitap kat sa mga hinimo sa katong mga ubang niya mga author dito, so we can use that nga kanang ilahang mga hinimo, pero syempre with a proper citation para to avoid plagiarism. Next, we have Book Creator. Book Creator is an open-ended book creation app that unleashes creativity. Create your teaching resources or have your students take the reins. Combine text, images, audio, and video to create interactive stories, digital portfolios, research journals, poetry books, science reports, and instructional manuals. So, Book Creator, from the word Book Creator, it will help us make a creative mga bisag unsa pa na dila, like stories, mga research journals, poetry books, science reports. So we can do whatever we want. We can create different wide nga range sa kuan kaning mga manuals or mga IMs nato, no? Next. Okay, so we have here enhancing language skills through email activities. Email activities are very good activities to develop language skill. So, Baron et al. 2002, they were able to present the following email activities that can be fully maximized to develop the various language skills of our students. So, the first one, we have pen pal activities. So, uh, pen pal is familiar siya nako kay it is, I think, na featured naman gud ni siya sa KMJS, no, ang pen pal katong mag-write og mag-write lag letter then ipadala dito. So according sa ato this is the most common form of email projects called electronic pen pals or e-pals. Students can practice their written communication skills and can become aware of other cultures and practices and practice foreign language skills. So mo ni siya ang katong pen pal is mag-write og letter, pero ang kani siya is through email lang. So, ah, ang katong grupi pen pal nga kinibawan is writing jud siya, handwriting jud siya niya ipadala nimo dito sa kinsay mong ganahan padadaan. But then this activity same ra siya but into another form lang siya, no. So na siya sa email nimo nga mabutang. So we have here Biloga, founded in 2016. Biloga was started with a mission to encourage intercultural communication to create a better tomorrow. Okay, so Biloga is a global ecosystem connecting classes throughout the world where students and teacher can connect. So same rin siya, this is very applicable sa online learning sa katong same nga napay COVID time. So this would be a great help sad no nga makakonect ang students and the teachers. So we have first Biloga. Next, EPALS. It enriches K to 12 learning in the classroom to create real-world, culturally enriching learning experiences for students. With EPAL Classroom, matching teacher EPAL classroom matching, teacher can connect their classes with other classes around the world who are interested in collaborating in a special project together. So this is very open, like for example, diri nga klase, then na pa si laing klase dito sa butan natin sa laing nasod. So through EPALs, they can connect with each other kay uh, it is open to those people who are interested sa inyong project. So makakollaborate mo bisan pag lagyo mo. So with the help of EPALs. Next, we have Empatico. It empowers teachers and students to explore the world through experiences that spark curiosity, kindness, and empathy. So kaning tulo is same ra ni siya og focus. Ang focus nila is to help teachers and the students to connect their learnings nga bisag lagyo sila. So naagi hapon sila. So same ra sad siya sa teams and it would be very helpful sa bisag mga natay time nga mag-online ta tungod sa COVID. So this is a great tool. Next, we have peer-to-peer tutoring. Another form of electronic communication is peer-to-peer tutoring or mentoring. By using email communication, students will be provided with opportunities to practice their mentoring skill apart from enhancing their language skills. So, I think this would suit to the kanang mga freelancer. So, 'di ba, mag-use man na sila og email para makig-communicate sa ilang mga clients. They would use email to pass their project, to tutor. So, inana siya, no. But then in the teaching elementary students, I don't think nga it would be very help nga mag-use og email kay I think they're too young to be exposed in too much technology, no. So mas maayo man sa jud hinuog nga minimize lang sa kay they are very too young to ano jud siya. Kay ang email man god is very wide na jud kaayo ang email. So but with the help of the teacher and some experts, so it is possible no nga maka-teach ta through email interaction. I am not against sa email communication, pero I think murag mas lisod man gud siya kung sa elementary na to ibutang kaninga ko ano. Next, we have Ask an Expert. O sige, so dara ni gawas na Ask an Expert. Email is very powerful tool for students to engage the experts in the field, especially if the experts are far from the institution. So they can engage the Ask an Expert website. So if na question yung mga students, they can open this link, then they can ask sa ilang mga questions. So bisag layo si teacher, naragya pa maka-support nila. Next, we have round robin stories. In a round robin approach, a participating class starts a story with one paragraph. The story starter is sent to a predetermined class. Class 1 sends to as Class 1 sends its story class 2 and so on. Students work in small group to add a new paragraph to the story. So I think na himo na ni nato sa time ni Sir Akop like katon sa teams pata nga naayusan na to ka classmate nga gipa create og sentence one sentence, then the next person will add up kung unsa pa ang mga masulti ana masumpay-sumpay no, so in that way maka-create ta og ato ang story. So na-remember ato kay bisag asa na nalagpot atong story, naabot na tag power ato. If you remember that one, no, nice jud kay to siya nga approach, nice to siya nga techniques uh, to enhance the critical thinking of the students ug ang ilang creativity kung unsa pay sunod nga story ang mahitabo og ang ilahang language, o ilang communication skills. Okay, so we have here public requirements in the light of digital age. So copyright laws. So we all know how kanang important jud nga mahibaw-an taning copyright laws because we are third year, then we are already currently doing our research. So our advisors, our mentors with sa research, they always tell us to avoid plagiarism and always do citations and references jud kay para dili ta ma-copyright, dili ta ma-plagiarize kay makapriso jud siya. Copyright law protects works of authorship. Hence, it is very important for teachers and students to learn more about copyrights law and copyright acts to ensure that there will be no copyright infringements that will happen in the process of authoring publishing materials offline or online. Kita third year, kabalo naman jud ta kung unsa jud ka-importante nga bawal jud mag-plagiarize. So, kita teacher, as a future teacher, dapat elementary pa lang, no, since dapat elementary pa lang sila mga students, is kabalo na sila nga naaday ni ang copyright law for them to be aware nga oy bawal jud ni siya nga mangawat ta og laing mga works. So bisag mga simple works na kanang mga plagiarism bawal jud kayo na siya. So, pwede day ta maprisuhan na, pwede day ta makabayad og pila pay bayad nga mahal kayo, di ba? Then, according to FindLaw 2020, the Copyright Act states that works of authorship includes the following types of works. So, here are the works that can be copyright, no? So, pwede ta ma-plagiarize, ani. So, first, we have literary works. So, literary works, novels, poem, non-fiction prose, newspaper articles, newspapers, magazine articles, and such. So, bisag kanilang mga newspaper, pwede na ta ma-plagiarize. So, dapat ka maujid ta nga mo site og mga amo ta mo site sa mga resources kung ang kisay author ana para dili ta ma-plagiarize, no? Then we have the musical works. So, ako naigo na jud gani katong share lang nako katong nag-demo sa Eduk 205, then i-upload siya sa YouTube. So ang kato ako ang gihimo nga demo presentation is nako clip nga gikuha gikan sa YouTube nga para sa ko motivation unta ba nga sayo-sayo ra, then gikuha to nako nga clip din akong gibutang sa ako ang demo presentation, then i-upload na ko sa YouTube. Then the next day na din na makita ako ang video kay na demonetize na day siya. So kita mga teacher dapat kabuluta sa kung unsa jud mo kanang bawal or dapat jud ta mo cite og mga kuano. So kani songs kato kong gikuan nanguha kog, so wala na jud to siya. Ang ako nilang gibuhat kay ako na lang tong gikat ang katong motivation, gilisan ako lain nga ako ang own nga motivation, then gi-upload. So mo to na-upload na siya kay wala na siya na copyright. So, advertising jingles and instrumentals. We have the dramatic works, plays, operas, and skits. Next, pantomimes and choreographic works. So, ballet, modern dance, jazz dance, and mime works. So, bisag mga sayaw-sayaw lang. So, pwede jud kay na siya ma-copyright. We have pictorial, graphic, and sculptural works. So, photograph, posters, paintings, drawings. So, bisag feel na to kay murag gamay ram kay nang butanga pero it can under na siya sa copyright law. So, dapat teachers ato na nang iput sa tong mind nga bawal jud na siya, and ato i-share sa ang ato ang knowledge about sa copyright law sa tong students para ma-avoid sad ni siya, no? So hantod din ni ka college na ni high school, kabalo na sila nga bawal jud ay na jud ay nag-exist nga copyright laws. Una pa jud ay motion pictures and other audiovisual works. So mga movies, documentaries, training films and videos, television shows, ano. So daghan kay ni kaning television shows, daghan kay ni sa Facebook nga manggawas. So muna ako ang nabantayan nga taga scroll na lang is daghan jud mga videos nga i-upload lang bisag kinsa nga gi-clip gikan sa television shows. Ano siya. So bawal jud na siya, no? Next, we have sound recordings. Recording of music, sounds, or words. So, pwede sa siya ma-plagiarize bisag mga small recording of music lang. Di ba? I think sa kuan sad sa sine, bawal mag video, bawal mag-take og video kung nagtanaw kag sine kay basin yung ma-copyright, no? So, nana siya. Architectural works, building designs, whether in form of architectural plans, drawings, or the constructive building itself. So, bisag mga sa architect nga kuan aware na sana sila nga na jud copyright law kay bawal sa ilaha mga designs nila nga magkaparehas nga mokuha og kuan. It's okay to kuha lang tag small idea from others, but kanang kapiho na jud nimo ang tanan, it's a big no jud. And so hopefully teachers is ma-apply taning katong from atong storytellings, katong mga apps, and then kaning uh, um, kung unsa ka importante ang copyright law nga bawal jud na siya. So dapat ato na ma-share sa atong mga students, no? And so we have Anti-Bullying Act of 2013. So Anti-Bullying Act kay daghan na ra ba jud kayo mga students nga maghilig kaayo bully. So ako pag elementary is nabully naman sad ko. So kapoy jud kayo, no? Sakit kayo sa tong part nga mabully. So dapat kita teacher as a future teacher ato na mapalayo sa tong mga students kay labi nag elementary, no? So ako ato elementary sa ko ato nga gibuli-buli sa go. So Republic Act number 10627, otherwise known as the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013 of the Philippines, directs all elementary and secondary school to adopt policies to address the existence of bullying in their respective institutions. So naa dyan ni siya ang bullying bisag elementary o bisag sa college na sa jud na siya. So dapat ang Anti-Bullying Act is ma-practice jud na nga wala jud na sila, no? Nga dili bullying free na jud ang tanang school sa ari sa atong kalibutan nga wala na jud misig bully. So pwede sa ni mapriso, no, ang kaning students nga kanang masentensyahan nga nang bully og students. Next, we have Republic Act 101751. This is known as Cyber Crime Prevention Act of 2012, declaring a policy that states that the state recognizes the vital role of information and communication industries such as content production, telecommunication, broadcasting, electronic commerce, and data processing in the nation's overall social and economic development. So cybercrime prevention. So since technology is very rampant naman jud kay since 21st naman ta. So ang Cybercrime Prevention Act would be a great help for the students and all of the people who are using technology to be protected, ana siya, to ma-protect sila sa ilahang pag-use kay namang gyapon na yung mga bullying or mga cybercrime mga nga magamit with the use of technology, no, with the use of bisag mga simple websites lang. So kana siya pwede na jud kaayo na siya. And I think that's all, teachers. Thank you for listening.